Major feat, 25 years being cancer-free, and in more than 2 decades, cancer treatments have come a long way. You'd never know by looking at 34-year-old Joel Everts. He's a cancer survivor until you see his crutches and the fact he's missing a leg.
My parents reminded me that when I went in for that first surgery, I didn't cry or anything. I didn't really know what to expect.
At age 9, Joel's mom noticed a limp when he ran. Doctors determined he had hip bone cancer.
I remember lifting up the blanket when I came to after the surgery and seeing what actually happened. Indeed, I was missing a leg.
In 1982, doctors knew very little about cancer and how to treat it. Protocol then was to amputate first, then do chemotherapy with some very harsh drugs.
I get a little queasy when I see Johnson's baby shampoo, because that's the color of the chemo drug that you see dripping into your vein.
After 4 more surgeries by the age of 10, doctors told Joel's family he had a 25% chance of survival and an even smaller chance he'd ever graduate high school. He beat the odds, but cancer treatment has come a long way.
So in essence, it is rare now that we see an amputation or any kind of disfiguring surgery. The overall care of cancer patients has improved. And as the survival improves, we constantly are looking at, well, how can we leave less damage?
Aurora Baycare oncologist Dr. Demont Patel says it's nothing short of a miracle Joel survived cancer. As a kid, the way treatments were back then.
It is a miracle.
God has been looking out for me, so I don't think luck has much to do with it right now. But yeah, I'm very fortunate to be around.
And tonight at 5, Joel shows us how fighting cancer has made him a stronger and a better person.
He was a good golfer, too.
He's great. Makes us look bad. Yeah. The Brown County United Way wants kids to go to class. We'll tell
Celebrating something doctors call a miracle, being cancer-free for 25 years. As Sarah Thomsen explains, having fought cancer has changed his life for the better.
34-year-old Joel Everts loves sports, especially golf, and plays whenever he can. And doing it with just one leg doesn't slow him down a bit.
You don't really need any handicap, so to speak, in the golf world.
Doctors amputated Joel's leg when he was just 9 after finding cancer in his hip bone.
I remember lifting up the blanket when I came to after the surgery and seeing what actually happened. Indeed, I was missing a leg.
They may have taken his leg, but never his spirit.
I asked the doctor if I was handicapped. I was wondering if I got good parking.
One of the many feats Joel has had to overcome is that initial reaction of being the guy with one leg. But he's found a good cure for that: humor.
When I handled that when I was growing up, the kids that asked me what happened, I told them I didn't eat my broccoli and it fell off. Well, that's one of the cartoons now with all the high gas prices, is it'll cost you an arm and a leg. So I make the joke, all right, half off.
Despite the laughs, Joel knows fighting cancer is tough on kids. He tries to talk them through it whenever he can, and he attends every cancer survivor event possible.
Being told by my family that before I started chemo, I didn't have a chance to see 10 years. So, I mean, double that plus, what's the best thing to celebrate? You know, either everyone is a milestone, every day is a milestone.
He says it best in an email to friends and family on this silver anniversary. Please take a moment sometime this weekend to remember someone that has either lost their battle with cancer or someone that is still around winning the battle, whether for 25 days, 25 months, or 25 years. Have a great weekend. I know I will. Sarah Thomsen, Action 2 News, Brown County.
Doctors say it's a miracle Joel Everts survived his bone cancer. He went through 5 surgeries by the time he was 10 years old. Doctors told his family he had a 25% chance of surviving and didn't think he would live to be 16 years old. At that time, doctors didn't know how to treat cancer, and the protocol was simply to amputate the leg and then do chemotherapy. Treatments have come a long way since then.
The overall care of cancer patients has improved. And as the survival improves, we constantly are looking at, well, how can we leave less damage?
Everts plans to celebrate with his family by attending a Brewers game this weekend in Milwaukee. What a story. It's been a summer of record-breaking heat for a lot of folks out west.
A special Brewers fan at Miller Park.
He beat cancer and got to celebrate today at the Brewers game. Our Tom Murray is here with the story. Tom.
25 years ago, July 15th, 1982, a 9-year-old boy from Janesville underwent amputation surgery to remove his leg. It proved to be an operation that saved his life. Joel Everts thinks it's fitting that the Brewers gave out bobbleheads of their 5th racing sausage, chorizo.
5 times 5, 25.
You see, 25 years ago today, doctors had to take Joel's leg to save his life.
Don't have any stump, so to speak, so I'm missing most of my bone on my left side.
When first diagnosed, doctors gave Joel 10 years to live. 25 years later, Joel is here, alive and well. Joel celebrated cancer survival at Miller Park with one of his 2 brothers, his dad and his mom.
There were many times I wished I could have been in his place and spared him that.
A true fan now and back then, shortly after his surgery, Joel met all-star first baseman Cecil Cooper.
Got the baseball autographed on my mantle at home.
Now it's Miller Park instead of County Stadium. And the lineup has turned over several times, but one thing is the same. Just like the Brewers Joel met in 1982, today's team finds themselves in the hunt for a major league championship.
This is pretty cool. Another way to celebrate with another group of guys celebrating 25 years as well, going to the World Series.
And Joel now works for the Conventioners and Visitors Bureau up in Green Bay. And appropriately today, we learned that that visit with the Brewers many years ago was set up by the MAC Fund. And Charles, I know that you were involved with the MAC Fund. Put your body through the ringer for the MAC Fund today.
Well, it's a great organization. It's doing a lot of good work for childhood cancer. And so it's remarkable to see him. He's doing well.
He is indeed.
Very inspirational story. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Well, as we just mentioned, we want to let you know that our Team 4 did really well in the Milwaukee Triathlon today.
It was a great day. Courtney, Heather, and myself competed in the triathlon.
Well, it was a great day at the ballpark, and a special Brewers fan was celebrating out at Miller Park today.
Joel Everts has been cancer-free for 25 years now, and he has a special Brewers memory from 1982. Tom Murray reports.
Joel Everts thinks it's fitting that the Brewers gave out bobbleheads of their 5th racing sausage, chorizo.
5 times 5, 25.
You see, 25 years ago, doctors took Joel's leg to save his life. He had aggressive cancer in his hip.
I don't have any stump, so to speak, so I'm missing most of my bone on my left side.
When first diagnosed, doctors gave Joel 10 years to live. 25 years later, Joel is here, alive and well. Joel celebrated survival with one of his 2 brothers, his dad and his mom.
There were many times I wished I could have been in his place and spared him that.
A true fan now and back then, shortly after his surgery, Joel met all-star first baseman Cecil Cooper.
Got the baseball autographed on my mantle at home.
Now it's Miller Park instead of County Stadium. And the lineup has turned over several times, but one thing is the same. Just like the Brewers Joel met in 1982, today's team is in the hunt for a major league championship.
This is pretty cool. Another way to celebrate with another group of guys celebrating 25 years as well, going to the World Series.
At Miller Park, Tom Murray, today's TMJ4.
Let's hope we can repeat 1982. That would be nice.
Let's hope.
Could the Brewers take the series against the Rockies at Miller Park today?
Our Rod Burks is standing by. He's next with sports. Just smoking hot right now, and the Brewers are hoping they can keep their winning streak going when they host the Arizona Diamondbacks tomorrow. Our Rod Burks is here now. Hey, Rod.
Well, Shelley, the Brewers did just enough to take the series and beat the Colorado Rockies at Miller Park. Let's take you there. Pick up the action coming up. 42,000 fans packed Miller Park, the 15th sellout of the season. And fans got their money's worth today. Brewers down 1-0 in the 4th. Jeff Suppan helps his own cause with his RBI single to right that tied the game at 1. That very next batter, Corey Hart, he's having a great year. The RBI single to left. Brewers take the lead 2-1 with the game tied at 2. This is the biggest hit of the game, folks. Kevin Mitch comes up clutch with his RBI triple that is badly misplayed out there. Jeff Jenkins scores to make it 3-2, and the Crew would extend their lead to 2 runs on a wild pitch, but the Rockies would make it interesting right here in the 8th when they go yard against Derek Turnbull, but Coco Cordero comes in to save the deal. How about the Brewers getting it done? 4-3.
I think we've had the same approach, the whole year, and I think we're going to stay with that, and really just trying to focus on what we're doing in that game. So, but overall, today was a good win to win the series.
The Cobras played pretty well, and they're winning today. We win today, so we got another series with Arizona for a game. They're playing pretty good. So, but you know, yeah, we're playing at home where we play well. So, you know, you're just trying to win as many games.
You won a series, and that's what you want. You know, you may lose the first one, but you know, try to win the next two, win the series, and you know, try to win every series. So it's huge for us to get back on track and you know, try to get this thing going again.
Can we start packing our bags for the World Series yet?
No, we got to keep winning, though.
Not yet, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a special Brewers fan was celebrating at Miller Park today.
Joel Everett is a cancer survivor. In 1982, doctors had to take one of Joel's legs to save his life.
25 years ago today, he was waking up from surgery, and we were having to deal with the fact that we would not be taking the same person home that we took into the hospital.
Now, shortly after his surgery, Joel met all-star first baseman Cecil Cooper, who signed a baseball for him. 25 years later, Joel is celebrating his survival at the ballpark with the Brewers.
This is pretty cool. Another way to celebrate with another group of guys celebrating 25 years as well, going to the World Series.
When he was first diagnosed, doctors had given Joel only 10 years to live, and he has beaten those odds.
Love stories like that.
Coming up next, our exclusive look at a day in the life of Brent